Yeah. Hello and welcome into the Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you as we get you all set for girls soccer as the Erie Tigers taking on the Skyline Falcons, and Skyline will immediately send it into the Erie end here to start this one. And the Tigers off to a good start this season, 5-1 here under Coach V. Hill and a group of seniors that have played together for a long time. As you see Allie McNeil there kick one out of bounds. McNeil, Harrington, Shauna Zhang, Alicia Cardenas, who was not playing on this team. She hurt her knee before the season started. But those players have been friends and have played together for a long time, and that has certainly paid off this year. Long shot in by McNeil, and that one barely twists wide. In fact, I think it was punched from the Skyline goal by Grace Miller, the goalie here for the Skyline Falcons. So in the corner will be Riley McLennan here early on in this game. Riley, a junior from the near side, has some height in the box as well. Sends a low one in, though. It's deflected off the post and then finally cleared away and still on the line. Could have been a corner, and McLennan kind of let it go, and a little bit of confusion. I think everyone thought another corner was coming, but that never went over the line. Tigers still with the ball. In the Skyline third, they'll play it out wide for Osborne. Osborne back to Hayes. Madison Hayes, a sophomore for this Tiger team. Tiger team, you look at what they've done this year. I mentioned the 5-1 record, a 4-3 win over Loveland. They're traditionally a pretty good soccer program. A win over Niwot, avenging a couple losses. As there's another long shot, but that one will sail wide. That was Katie Leach that put a toe to that one wide of the net. They opened the season with a 2-1 win over Thomas Jefferson. They knocked off Thompson Valley and Conifer, their only blemish of the year being to Stanley Lake. A 3-0 loss in that one. And Skyline, also usually a program that's pretty strong. Struggling a little bit this year, off to a slow start. They are 1-0 in league play, but 1-4 overall are the Falcons under Coach Luis Chavez. As that ball will roll safely into the box there. Brandon Bird here with you. Grayson Blaylock, our camera person here today, as that ball gets shot up toward the midfield. McNeil tries to settle it down, lays it off for McLennan. Now Leach with it, looking. McKenna Harrington, who leads his team in goals, was cutting across the field there. This team a lot of speed out wide and good possession in the midfield. Another ball out wide, trying to get to that one was Mariah Vivi. And that's some of the wide wing speed that we were talking about in Harrington and Vivi. Tigers still with the ball here. Almost a turnover. We'll have a scoreboard for you in a moment. We're trying to fix our graphic. Fortunately, we won't have a clock, so we'll keep you tuned in. A little over 35 minutes left to play as that one does roll over the line for a goal kick. Tigers, though, pretty stout in possession so far in this one. This one will be played in toward the midfield. Josie Reed, or excuse me, beg your pardon, that was JC Stanich that gathered that. Now Falcons on the attack, but much room to negotiate. This Skyline team lacking a little bit of a punch this year. They were shut out against Silver Creek 7-0. They lost 9-3 to Niwot, 4-1 to Durango, and 4-1 to Wheat Ridge. Now McLennan sends a through ball out wide to Vivi. Vivi cuts it across the 18, gathered in the middle, laid off for McNeil, and she'll boot it over the goal. But a nice little setup there by McKenna Harrington, who just dropped it for her friend and compadre Allie McNeil. Just sent it a little bit high. But you can see already some teeth in the Tigers' attack. Now Miller will send this one. Skyline looking to try and create some possession here. Played up the far sideline, and that will be out of bounds, and Erie will have the throw-in. 33-41 remaining here in this first half of play between Erie in the all-black jerseys with the white numbers and Skyline wearing the red shorts, white jerseys with the red numbers. A bit easier to see up here in the press box are both these jerseys than the lacrosse jerseys we're trying to get used to seeing this year. Throw-in coming here for Skyline. Their team with the subs so far. This one played in toward the middle. Tigers with some numbers. And they tried to fit a through ball into Harrington. A little bit too much weight behind that one. Tigers still doing a good job getting possession back in the midfield. Leach now will play it out wide. Another long ball played up. Harrington finally pokes it toward the goalkeeper, but that is easily put away that time by Miller. Saw Madison Tallman, the right back, get in there. Maddie Tallman plays right back, but she'll come up and add a scoring punch. In fact, 3 goals so far on the year for Tallman, the sophomore. Only a couple big ones as you see Tallman and McLennan try to sandwich off the Skyline player, Brooke Parkinson, and they'll be called for a foul, so a free kick here coming for Skyline. 31:55 and counting here in this first half of play. The Tigers, as we said, off to a very good start, 5-1. Already 1-0 in league play. In the Tri-Valley, Holy Family, Meade, Skyline, and Erie all tied at 1-0. in Loveland, Berthoud, Fort Morgan, Frederick, Roosevelt, and Windsor round out the rest of the Tri-Valley. And a little bit of a different look than we've seen the last couple of years, with Fort Morgan being added to the league, as well as Loveland in girls soccer. Tri-Valley, typically a fairly strong girls soccer league, struggling a little bit as a collective league so far to start the year. And a good chance for Erie to maybe make a run at that league crown. Throw up to McNeil. McNeil kind of playing in that 9 position, doing a good job holding the ball and distributing. Allie McNeil so far on the year, 2 goals, 2 assists in 3 games played. And these are only the games that we have stats for. As McLennan turns it over and then does well to get it right back. High work rate so far for Riley McLennan. Harrington tried to flick one on, sneak it past the defender. Tigers really kind of dominating possession early in that game. Skyline is kind of able to shift the play back into the middle third. BV will track back. Tigers still can't quite corral it though. Almost a turnover there to McNeil. Instead it falls back to McLennan, so the Tigers do get possession, but for a second there it looked like the McKenna Harrington might have been off to the races. Macy Fambro will track this one down. Coach Vigil out there directing his players. Saying, hey, here, let's get this play back into the Falcon third of things. Thrown for the Tigers. McNeil with it. Back to McLennan, and the Tigers will try and control, and Tallman will give up possession here. That's a little bit of possession we've seen from Skyline. He sent a couple long balls in on net, but no real threats as that ball kind of sneaks through, and Fambro will clear it away. Now Leach trying to pick it up. Tallman at her feet, and she'll lose it back to the Falcon midfield. All ping-ponging around here in possession. Now Harrington trying to use her speed here to put some pressure on that back line. McNeil coming in, and Tigers look like they might have had something, and Neal and Harrington that time not quite on the same page. He's trying to press it forward to McNeil and had that one deflected out wide, and we'll have another throw in. 27-33 remaining here in this first half of play. Still no score between Erie and Skyline. Trying to gather possession here. McLennan, the long shot off the fingertips of Miller, and then hit the upright. And so a corner kick coming here for the Tigers as Riley McLennan ripped one from about 30-plus yards out. And had Miller not got her mitts on that, that would have been a goal. McClinton trying to set up the corner here. Riley will send it in with the right foot, curling toward the far post, and just missed her intended target. I think that was McKenna Harrington streaking in from the far side, trying to put a header in home. Tigers again starting to regain a little bit of danger they had in that attack through the first about 5 minutes. And even though we're 15 minutes into this one, still no score. First half of play, 25-19 remaining. Skyline with a little bit of a threat here. Kind of dispatched out wide by Macy Fambro. Macy playing center back this year, just very high work rate all over the field. As Skyline almost had a chance with the ball on her foot, just wasn't quite able to settle it down. I believe that was Brooke Parkinson. McNeil tried to go 1v1. Regathers, now sees Vivi cutting, and oh man, that one was just flicked by the defender, or you had Vivi cutting from the far side. She would have been all alone, one-on-one with the goalie. Skyline trying to hold on to possession here. Tiger defense has been stout though, as McClinton comes in for a tough challenge, and down in a heap goes Casey Erickson, and McClinton a little bit ginger to get up, but I think for sure Erickson got the worst of that collision. And they will stop the clock here with 23:32 remaining. We have a moment, we'll step aside here on that.
You have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. After that collision, seems that Casey Erickson doing okay. She's coming off smiling on the track as she's being escorted back to the Skyline bench, and a quick turnover here for Erie. Good little move there. Skyline still trying to pressure the top of that Erie box. Ball sneaks past Fambro, but Zoe Hatch there to clean things up for the Tigers. McNeil trying to sneak that one out wide.
She won't leave you alone if you give her fight. Well, and she's got this pretty white jacket on.
Go ahead here. Falls at the feet of McNeil. Out for Vivi. Vivi into the box. Left foot And that one, I don't know if it was deflected, and they're saying it's not, so a goal kick coming for Skyline. Vivi tried to wrap the left foot around it and just sent it a little wide. Grace Miller with the goal kick. Tigers again trying to maintain possession. They just really haven't had that finishing pass or finishing touch in the Skyline third that's been able to do it for him yet. McNeil, a little 1-2 there with Vivi. Skyline defender first to it. Now Hayes will pick up the loose change. Hayes tries to send it top of the box. Great pass to McNeil, and the shot is deflected and will go wide for a corner. So the Tigers, who I believe are already on their fourth corner of the game here, have been the better team in terms of pressuring the opponent's goal. They just have not been able to put one in so far. McLennan will take this one with the right foot. McLennan will serve it up. That one angling near post, punched away by Miller. McLennan first to it, and that one is skied over the net for a goal kick. Tallman has it. And will quickly give way. Tigers so close. They have been really pressuring that back line of Skyline so far, but as we said, they just haven't found the right recipe to this one so far. You can get one, that'll kind of open things up, because then you force Skyline to try and press up a little bit. That's when you can start sneaking McKenna Harrington and Mariah Vivi in behind that back line. But right now, doing a good job just parking the bus in front of the net and keeping Erie level on the scoreboard. The better you can stay in and frustrate the team, I think better this bodes for the Skyline unit. Still no score here. First half of play, we are just over the halfway point in this first half. Under 20 minutes to play now. A little bit of a miscue at the back, and then doing a good job just saying, hey, let's corral this out of bounds. That was Paola Ruby. Harrington tried to flick one ahead to McNeil. Harrington again into the box. Kicks and deflects right off the side of the goalie and out. That could have very well snuck in the near post, and instead it'll be another corner. Kenna Harrington, whose family right now residing in Boise. They moved there last year up to Idaho. You might remember Dalton Harrington, and McKenna, who said, you know, I've gone to Erie all this time. I'd like to spend my senior year here. So Kenna Harrington still living in Erie while the parents are in Boise. And so for McKenna, obviously a huge adjustment for her this year, but still always in some pretty positive spirits, and I think excited to finish out her senior year with her pals. All played ahead, Skyline. No real threats so far. They had a touch at the top of the 18 that looked perhaps a little menacing earlier in this half, but it was hardly more than a touch. And it's pretty much been all Erie, or kind of an exchanging of possessions here in the middle third. Long clearance will find McNeil on the run out. Tigers have a little counter opportunity here. McNeil setting something outside the 18, cuts in toward the top of the box, trying to turn now. Long shot off the fingertips of Miller again and out for another corner. And for Miller, that's got to be about safe number 5 here tonight. Another corner coming for the Tigers. Miller has been busy. So McLennan again. Sends one in. Far side just missed McKenna Harrington. There were a couple defenders there on the back post, but Harrington just couldn't quite get her foot to that one, and it curls out for a goal kick. Good service in there by McLennan. Tigers just once again, they are just missing their scoring opportunities by an eyelash. Feels like they just keep pounding at the wall. You do that long enough, eventually it'll come down, but right now, still level on the scoreboard. Tallman tried to flick on and play ahead. Skyline see a little bit trouble connecting passes through the midfield, and they just haven't been able to possess the ball much with any consistency here in this first half as a collective unit. Now Hayes with it. Quickly to Harrington. Strong first touch. Lays it off, though, for Tallman in the midfield. Nice find for McNeil. Fakes, stops, goes back to her left. Back to Tallman. Tallman chips one right into the belly of the goaltender. And Tallman at the doorstep denied. And Maddie Tallman, we mentioned she's a right back, but really has the freedom to go anywhere. And in that case, weaving through the defense, putting some pressure on that back line. You U.S. soccer fans, very similar to what Tyler Adams is doing in the new Greg Berhalter system in the international friendlies just a couple weeks ago. Right back, at least to start, but really free reign. In fact, Tallman not even tracking back to that area. She's still kind of up front. Tigers trying to put some pressure on and bust this thing open. Again, another nice pass, layoff from McNeil to Tallman. Long shot is just high. Beautiful buildup of play there. As we'll take a look at the replay. No, we won't. Have to change our replay settings here to give you a little more time. We're used to having it on basketball mode where don't get much time after you hit the old replay button. 14 minutes exactly here remaining in this first half. Maddie Hayes will be subbed out for the moment. Actually, I don't think she'll be subbed out. Coming over, getting some directions from Coach Vihill's assistant. Now Tallman again tried to go 1-2 with McNeil. And the Tigers now putting Tallman kind of in that attacking midfield role, and she has been wreaking havoc here about the last 5 or 6 minutes. Leach into McNeil. Alley chips it on for McLennan. Nice play off to Tallman, and Tallman's first touch a little bit too strong. Now Vivi sneaks it to McLennan. Good build up here again from the Tigers. Long shot by Tallman. Hits the post off the goalie's hands. Rebound comes out and cleared away. At first glance, I thought that one was going to whistle wide, and it just kind of never really curled, kind of knuckled in toward that far post and kissed right off it, then off of Miller's arms. And the Tigers denied again. McLennan with it. Umbro will track back for it, and they will say that that rolled over the sideline. Touchline over there is throw in. Skyline, we talked about Erie. They had a promising attack about the first 7 minutes or so, then it kind of went a little quiet, and then the last about 7 to 10 minutes have been all Erie. Nice through ball there to McClinton, trying to track it down. Gets to it before the corner, plays it right back for McNeil. Being defended from behind, she'll lay it back off to McClinton. Tigers will reset here with Vivi. Vivi, 1v1, and stepped around the defender, but into the awaiting feet of another defender. Zoe Hatch, the Erie goaltender, playing literally 40 yards off her line. You might remember that goal by Carly Lloyd, a quick turnover, the World Cup against Japan, and Lloyd sent one in from midfield, only because the goaltender for Japan up so far. Not sure anyone has that kind of technical ability on really either side of the pitch, but it would be one of those instances where if you got it, maybe you could turn and send it. Out wide again for Vivi. Vivi's kind of dropped back a little bit more, not quite in such an attacking posture through the latter portion of this half so far. Just over 10 minutes remaining here in half number one. Brandon Bird here with you. Grayson Blaylock, our camera man, catching all the action here on the Erie Tiger Network. Busy week for us. We will be back on the air tomorrow as Erie Lacrosse takes on Ralston Valley High School. The Mustangs. One Ralston Valley alum working in building would be Mrs. Bird. Now Harrington with it. Weaving through the defense, drops off to Leach. A little bit too strong of a first touch there. Now have to kind of drop it back as the Tigers reset with Spates. Back to Leach. Leach had a lot of touches here early on. It's been a little bit more quiet here last 15 minutes or so. Harrington with it off the steal. Harrington into the box, using her speed, trying to pressure in toward goal, and will earn the corner. So 8:59 remaining. Tigers earn another corner kick. Let's see if they can finally capitalize here. Courtney Hull now checking into the game here for Mariah Vivi, who's coming off a little bit gingerly. Vivi kind of holding that right leg as Hull checks in. Ball, far side. I think it was flicked by the defender on the line. Another shot in. McNeil trying to kick with the left foot. Hammered with the right foot. Hit off another defender, and the Tigers just cannot score. A wall right now in front of that Skyline net. Clinton trying to go quick again. And another corner coming here for Erie. So 7:58 remaining. Riley McClinton trying to finally solve this riddle. Another ball toward the far post, headed out of bounds. It was flicked on, and it'll be a Skyline throw. Couldn't quite tell who got their head to that one. But right now there are 9 black jerseys within 30 yards of the goal for Erie. They are playing an extremely high aggressive line. And that's because there are 11 white ones also within 30 yards. No threat from Skyline, just really, truly parking the bus and trying to keep Erie off the scoreboard. You do that, you kind of hope that you can create some kind of counterattack, but Skyline really hasn't been able to convert those type of turnovers into threat so far in this one. And Leach in a big collision there at midfield, and shaken up for a second was J.C. Stanich, the sophomore. And J.C. Stanich, probably half the size of Katie Leach. Entire Leach family, all playing different sports. Maddie Leach, of course, the softball pitcher. Connor Leach, who graduated last year, was the Tigers' ace on the mound. And Ben Leach, freshman this year, plays golf. Pass in behind the Tigers' defense. A little bit of a threat here from Skyline, and a quick turnover, and Harrington will gather. Poked out from behind, though. Harrington again, out wide. McNeil now scoots it ahead for Harrington, trying to use that speed. And Harrington, who already started a run, then tried to start another 90 yards, running out of a little bit of steam as there's a long shot in on net, and nicely handled by Grace Miller. She has handled everything that has come her way so far here this evening. No score at 4:53 remaining here in this first half. Feels like Erie has absolutely peppered the Skyline net, but nothing has been able to cross that goal line. Harrington trying to track one down, and well, they say that went out before Harrington was able to save it. They will, so a goal kick coming for Skyline, and Harrington, she is gassed. In fact, I think we're gonna see her friend and fellow senior Shauna Zhang maybe come in for her, as Harrington has been run ragged. Will gather that one inside the 18. 3:36 left to go here in this first half of play. Fans, don't forget to check us out on social media. You can like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at Erie Tiger Net. Check us out online at erietiger.network.com. Tallman with it. 1-2 with McLennan. Up to McNeil. Harrington in the attack as well. Little 4-on-3. And McNeil gets tripped. The referee played advantage. And because Erie got the advantage and then took that shot, the official did not award the penalty, which would have been in a very dangerous spot, only about 21 yards from net. By the way, here comes Zhang into the game, and she'll come in for Maddie Hayes. 5:22 remaining. Played up the sideline here. Chopped back in toward the middle. Laid off for Leach. Nope, good job stepping in and stealing that one. And here comes Skyline on the counter with Casey Erickson. And that one is snuffed out by Macy Fambro. She has been the quintessential sweeper here tonight. 151 left, and it's still scoreless though. And if you're Skyline Falcon, with how much there has been in a possession disparity, got to be happy with where the scoreboard is at right now. Tigers trying to gather possession. Out wide and too strong of a ball there, played by Courtney Hull. Was trying to find Riley McLennan down that far side wing. Way looking at the bench, Mariah Vivi was trying to walk around, shake things off. Still a little bit shaken up down there. Up to Jean. And tried to connect with McNeil, and Erie, you can tell they're a little frustrated. They have had ample opportunity to notch one and just have been denied repeatedly at the doorstep. Probably the best chance was Madison Tallman's little chip in. Turnover here late, and very strong through ball, way too strong though to hook up with McNeil. 17 seconds left. You're the Skyline coach. I think you're saying take your sweet time here on the throw-in. Tigers will press as time running out. And that is a solid clear, and that will do it here in half number one. So no score at the end of one half of play. 0-0. We'll take a timeout for halftime here on the Erie Tiger Network. Don't forget to join us in a little bit for the Miners halftime show.
Chiropractors don't treat your symptoms. We treat the cause of your symptoms. On your first visit, we'll review your medical history and examine your vital signs, posture, strength, and reflexes. We'll also perform tests which are designed to give us insight into what may be causing your problem. The doctors at Great Day Chiropractic don't just treat adults. We also treat children of all ages. We're located in historic Old Town Erie at 515 Briggs Street. We're open 5 days a week from Monday through Friday and the second and fourth Saturdays of each month.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Hi, I'm Maya Michelson, and you're watching Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Open up a browser and look up youtube.com/Erie Tiger Network. To subscribe, sign into YouTube and press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about ETN posts. To like the video, click the thumbs up button on the right hand side of the screen. Use the bar on the bottom of the screen to move and skip parts in the video. To skip forward or backwards, use the arrow keys to move 5 seconds. You can pause the video at any time by pressing the spacebar or clicking with the mouse.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis?
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so...
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
There's a beast deep inside you. It will not die.
Ooh.
It will fight back.
And welcome back into the Miners Halftime Show. Brandon Bird here with you as, well, not much to talk about in terms of the scoreboard. 0-0 on the scoreboard, and really Tigers in desperate search of that first goal. Ample opportunity in that first half, just unable to capitalize on any of those opportunities that were there for the taking. A couple of chances. You saw one of those corners. The Tigers had 2 in a row flicked off the goal line. You also had that Tallman chance where she was 1v1 with the goalie and just chipped it right into the old breadbasket. And so, unfortunately, the Tigers still level. But the good news is, not behind. So, 40 minutes of soccer left in this one. Fans, be sure to check out Miners for the post-game, the best place to post-game in town. It's Miners off Brick Street. We will have lacrosse tomorrow on the Erie Tiger Network as we start to pick up a little bit more coverage as the spring sports just really beginning league play across the board. And so we will have the Tiger lacrosse team back in action tomorrow night on the Erie Tiger Network as they take on the Mustangs out of Ralston Valley. And then on Saturday, we will have baseball as Meade rolls into town. So an Erie-Meade face-off. Might have remembered last year when we had that game that John Thorin threw and Erie knocked off Meade, as they hope to do that here again this year. Real quick peek of the standings. Already kind of talked about a little bit, but Holy Family, Meade, Skyline, and Erie all tied for first in the 5A/4A Tri-Valley League standings. So we're going to take another break here, send it out to commercial. A couple minutes left here from starting half number 2. You're watching the Erie Tiger Network.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Click the search bar on the top right-hand corner of the screen and search up Erie Tiger Network. Click the channel icon and then press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about when we post. Click the thumbs up icon to like the video. To enter full screen mode, press the icon on the bottom right-hand corner. To skip forward or backwards 10 seconds, double tap the left or right hand side of the screen. Press the pause button in the middle of the screen to pause the video. To skip to a different video, press the skip button when the video is paused.
Hi, my name is Caleb Humble. You're watching the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network as we are ready to start half number 2. Still no score here. 40 minutes of soccer left to play. At least we hope it's only 40. Right now it just seems like there is a white and red wall in front of the Skyline net that Erie has not been able to punch through in this one, but we'll see if half number 2 tells us a different story. Mariah Vivi is out there. She was a little bit shaken up in that first half, came out, and she's kind of stretching out her legs out there near midfield, so hopefully everything okay for Mariah. As Erie ready to get started here. McNeil off the opening kick, weaves through the defense. Tigers have some numbers, almost drawing a penalty out wide to Vivi. Mariah stops, turns, drops for McNeil, and just too many white shirts. I mean, this Skyline team is committing everybody to be back in their own defensive box. Leach with it now after the turnover, trying to play it in the midfield, just cleared away. A little chance here though for Skyline. Nope. See Fambro will come over and sweep up the mess. They're waiting for someone on that sideline to deliver a ball. Hopefully the home team will have some JV players kind of be ball girls, and well, no one there. So it took a little while to get that one in. Mentioned early how the longer and longer this game goes, the more frustrated Erie gets not scoring, and that's where you can see upsets happen. So the recipe for one is ripe right now, and a big chance here. Shot will whistle wide, and that was the best look that Skyline has had so far in this game. Casey Erickson on top of the 18 for the near side, ripped one wide. Now Fambro will take the goal kick after the missed shot opportunity there from Skyline. And Skyline trying to carve out a high line. I think this is where, as there's another Erie turnover. Erie playing with a little bit of fire. Good job to get back and cut that one out. Was Maddie Tallman. Skyline right now trying to get their back line on the other side of midfield. And if you're Erie, you might like to see that sight. Maybe able to get a turnover. You never know, McKenna Harrington flying up the sideline. That might be the recipe for how they get one in. And speaking of which, there goes McKenna Harrington. She'll play a through ball to McLennan into the middle, and good job just shielding off was Molly Hennessy. We'll wait for the rest of the Falcons to arrive. Skyline trying not to drop all 11 so tight. Now Fambro at midfield. Well, feels like the Tigers are 0 for 47 tonight in their chances on offense. And if you catch my reference, props to you. You must be a baseball fan. Very current update from our own Andy McClure in the box next to us. I don't know what the issue is in the slowdown. Referees were trying to figure something out. Now throw in here for Erie. Tallman, who did start this game at right back, really has been playing in that central attacking mid. Tigers desperately trying to get a goal. Into Tallman, just touched it and almost slid it there to McLennan. Ball played up, Skyline again on the counter. Another opportunity out wide. Shot with the right foot, and that one will go wide. And so Skyline, who had a couple long opportunities, no real good looks, has had two here in this half. That one coming from Brooke Parkinson. I think Coach Vigil trying to get some people to help out with the balls out of bounds, because that's wasting some time off the clock. And although there is overtime in regular season, I think you would like to get this done sooner rather than later. Ball played out wide for Harrington, and McKenna just ran out of real estate. 34-44 remaining here in this first half of play. Erie has had the bulk of the opportunity, but has been unable to deliver, and Skyline playing with a little bit more gusto here in this half. Have had their two best chances of the game in the last few minutes. Another throw in coming here for Skyline. And the pace of this game has kind of come to a grinding slowdown. It was an exciting first half despite the 0-0 score. Lots of opportunity for the Tigers. Now Harrington steps in with a nice steal. Sends the cross across the box. McClennan tried to settle it down off her chest, and good clear away. Leach will pick up the loose change, and Tigers unable to get to it in time. Back the other way goes Skyline again. They have been pressuring a little bit. Through ball. A good one. Kind of lost her momentum. There was Hannah Levin, and a shot will dribble in on Hatch, and she will easily put that away. Hatch has actually been a little more busy than Grace Miller this half. McNeil doing such a good job holding up play for the Tigers. Now Vivi trying to shake off a little bit of a leg ailment. Leach will lose one in the midfield. That's Levin again, and a free kick coming. And this one will be about 38 yards from goal. Gotta still mind your P's and Q's here if you're the Tigers. See what Skyline does. From 38, long crack in, chipped high and wide. Hatch will spin one out wide. BB trying to settle it down. And once again, Skyline in possession. Skyline pressing up the field here. And a corner coming for the Falcons. And I believe that's the first corner of the game here for Skyline. Seems like we had about a dozen for Erie in that first half. Low service, gets through, knocked around, still in the box, and finally disposed of, but that was dangerous. And Skyline has had 4 pretty good opportunities here in half number 2. Maybe has caught Erie back on their heels just a little bit. Another corner, high swerving ball, headed out. Still possessed though by Skyline. They'll send another one in. A good job coming back and blocking that one was Harrington. McKenna Harrington playing with the fractured wrist. Should get the cast off soon. He's had to play now 5 games with it. Now Vivi stepping in and punching one ahead. And will that fall to the feet of Harrington? It does. Tigers have a 3-on-2. Harrington makes it a 2-on-1 here. McKenna, the shot from the 18, and that one will go wide. Not sure if McKenna saw, but racing down the left flank was Riley McLennan, and she might have been able to stop and dish it over. And there you can see the serious speed of McKenna Harrington. Really all state caliber speed, McKenna. And surprised to learn McKenna not planning on playing any soccer at the next level. Alicia Cardenas, of course, sidelined with that knee injury. She will play for the Huskers. McLennan will send one up, and just a little bit too wide there for McNeil. Coach Vigil, I think, trying to get his players to carve out a little higher line here. Tigers have dropped back as Skyline has threatened. Throwing here to McNeil. Good touch to herself, now trying to play it out wide and just put too much pace behind that one. He was trying to hook up that time with Maddie Hayes. 27:44 remaining. And a free kick coming for Skyline. A few more whistles here in this half as well.
Well, she's already got one girl concussion. You think that's funny? No, I think it's soccer. It's physical.
Now Harrington. Far side. And a sub coming in here for the Tigers. That's Courtney Hull. 26:42 remaining. As Katie Leach will grab a seat and take a breath here. Vivi. Nice little play there by Vivi. Into the middle. There's Tallman. Chipped, deflected, and wide, but a corner. That was Maddie Hayes that came up and was in a dangerous spot with the ball on her foot, but it was deflected wide. Maddie Hayes, 2 goals on the year. Corner sizzled past the goal line, but no one on Erie able to get a touch, and looks like another corner coming. It's always the tough corner, the sand pit corner. For Erie, and you see McLennan just stepping into the sand pit, or where the long jump for track takes place. Ball curled in, deflected, and sent out. Man, that was right there near Tiger heads, and no one could get to it. Then it fell on the ground dangerously as well. Tigers still attacking. McNeil chips, and picked up by Miller. Tigers finally starting to refine a little bit of their attacking form. Maddie Hayes trying to swipe the ball there. Finally does chop it ahead, and Harrington will gather. Harrington has taken on defenders one-on-one several times tonight, won her battles, but not that time. Now McClennan, good shield off, gets the ball, goes around the outside back. McClennan has McNeil. Oh, and McNeil, that was awfully close to offside as McNeil was burning past the center back there. Had that pass been completed, we may have seen the offside flag go up. With as far back as Skyline has been playing tonight, there have been no offside calls in this game. Clinton into the box. Tallman tried to heel flick it around the defender to herself. Now Hayes with it. Left foot spinner is deflected away and out for a corner. So another chance for the Tigers. You feel like it's going to come at any moment. But the longer it goes, you start to wonder, is it ever going to happen? VV, Tallman, Hayes all in the box. Little Spates as that one is headed just wide. That was a good head opportunity by Tallman, who poked it just a little bit wide. Tigers finally connected on a header from the corner. Hayes drops it off, and it gets by Giordano. And they're going to call a foul here on Skyline. Abby Anson. That could have gone either way, as you saw maybe Vivi grab the kit of Anson. Now McNeil weaving through traffic, and a big shot with the left foot, and that one whistles wide. McNeil is showing off some of her strong technical ability. Ball bounced up to Vivi. McClennan trying to settle it. McClennan gets to it, and a foul called on McClennan. Said she gave a little bit of a forearm shiver that time. 21-23 remaining, still scoreless. One of those games, though, that although it's scoreless, there's been exciting moments and opportunities, just unable to squeeze one in. And Hatch will have to come up and catch it off the double bounce. Hatch waiting, and she'll give this one a punt up toward midfield. And a foul called here in the mid. And some fans getting a little antsy. There have certainly been a lot more whistles here in half two compared to half number one. Tallman couldn't quite gather, and now a one-on-one opportunity here for Skyline, and just too strong of a first touch from Levin. And Fambro continues to do a stellar job back there for the Tigers. Skyline had to be delicate there as Tigers were pressuring. Clinton heads it out. And Erie just searching for that final pass in the Skyline third that unties the knot. Throwing here for Skyline. Loose ball gets up to McNeil. Good job stepping up that time was the center back Hennessy. Hennessy has probably had the best game tonight for Skyline, as you might imagine she has been real busy back there being that center back for the Skyline Falcons. Hayes, a good job of defending. Skyline playing with their back to goal quite a bit. Now played out wide. A little bit of a chance here for Parkinson. And a good job for Erie, just disposing of trouble. But here we are over midway through the second half, and still no score. Harrington tried to slip one through to McNeil, and unfortunately that one was deflected wide. Back and forth we go here as these teams beginning to really just exchange possession through the midfield. Obviously don't want to make the big mistake here late in this game. Both teams playing a little bit tentative now. Harrington with it, challenging some defenders. Slides it up to McNeil. Hennessy on her. McNeil waiting, centers it in the box. It was deflected though, and they'll call a goal kick. It was deflected, and I think Harrington tried to play it and instead whacked it out of bounds. Tigers look a little bit out of steam on balls played into the third, as foul coming on Erie. Free will sail out of bounds. Katie Leach coming back into the game. Maddie Hayes will come out and catch a breather. Little shove there in the back of Harrington. Now chipped up and just missing the feet of McLennan was the pass by McNeil, and no call there on the little bit of physical play out of the midfield. Tigers trying to step up and pressure the inbound throw here a little bit. Leach, as you might imagine. able to head that one. McLennan couldn't quite gather as Tigers will now throw it in as they force the turnover. Throw in, knocked away. Now McLennan back in toward the center. Maddie Spates with it, and that one will go wide, and another goal kick. Well, this game has lost a little bit of its luster about the last 10 minutes. Not really any great chances from either side. Vivi first to it, but it was played back off of her, and a little counter opportunity here for Skyline. Ambrose does a good job, comes up, plays it. Now we'll boot one up the sideline. McLennan trying to track it down, and Hennessy will smartly let it glide out of bounds. Quick throw in here for Skyline, trying to catch Erie maybe a little bit off guard. Chipped out wide, Hull trying to defend here. Ball sneaks through. And finally Erie will pick it up, at least momentarily. Possession continuing to change hands back and forth. And now Hatch will gather. Well, still 12.5 minutes left here for someone to get a potential game-winning goal here. Oh, we'll let that one roll out. Sub coming in, Maddie Hayes will check back in here for Mariah Vivi. Erie maybe a little bit of something here. It looked that way for a moment. Tallman tried to lay it off softly, but miscued it a little bit. Now Hayes has it, trying to step around the defender. Back and forth we continue to go. Neal tried to go quick out to Tallman. A little bit of a break here for the Tigers. Tallman zips one in on net. Rebound is cleared away. And for a moment you thought that rebound might be big enough for McNeil to get on the end of. Leach with it, looking for a teammate. And Tigers in this half, more so than the first half, have struggled a little bit with their first touch. Not quite as sharp. Now Harrington trying to burn it up the sideline. Into the box, McKenna into the middle. There's Hayes, and she sends it over the crossbar. Had an open net, tough to keep that one down, bouncing a little bit, and Hayes just didn't get enough weight forward over the ball. Always kind of taught there to make sure you lean forward, try and keep that one down, and you could see her kind of let it come to her and leaned back a little bit and sent it over the bar. So a couple good chances for the Tigers. Now up to McNeil, and that one is chipped away, and the Tigers continue to matriculate deeper and deeper here into Skyline territory. Now Harrington running in, gets the throw in, lays it off to McNeil, and that one will be cleared out. Higher, Grayson, that's too much track. Chipped in. Hayes tried to settle it down with the left foot. Instead, it's cleared away again. And a foul called on Katie Leach. 8-10 remaining. Neither side able to break this stalemate. A miscue there, a shot in, and Hatch makes the save. By far the best chance of the night for Skyline, and a big time save by Zoe Hatch. You said the longer you let Skyline keep around, you never know when they'll slide in. The goal to put themselves ahead. Almost good link-up play there by Harrington and McNeil. Another chance coming for Skyline. Vanbro on her horse, and Hatch will let it slide into her gloves, as Vanbro did a good job kind of cutting off the path that time. Skyline, a little bit of pep in their step. Now Hayes with it in the midfield, trying to chip ahead. McNeil with it, looking up, beats one defender, slides it in, had Harrington, and they will call offside. Harrington just a step past the last defender, called for offside. Tigers just looking for a little more class in that final third. McLennan with it. Good pass that time for McNeil. Allie waiting for the cavalry to arrive. Steps into the box. The right-footed shot curls in, and a diving save is made by Miller. That's her best save of the night. And still neither team can find a way to sneak one in. So a corner coming for Erie. Great move there by Allie McNeil. Ball gets sent far post, pinging around. Hayes chips it, and that one will go over. Hayes a couple of chances, but chipped too high. No, they'll say that was deflected on its way out. So another corner coming for Erie, 5:20 remaining. McLennan sends that one in, and it's knocked right back out. Let's do it again. You got Katie Leach in there. She is probably 6 inches taller than anyone else in that box, but she's being double marked down there. Couple Tigers running in toward that back post. This one sent a little bit too far. Back in. Leach tries to settle down, puts the right foot to it. Got a good hit, but was blocked. Blocked by a defender. Leach nicely half volleyed a ball right into the ankles of the Skyline defender. And McNeil and McLennan linking up beautifully. McLennan out wide, stops, turns, lays it off for Leach. Left-footed kick, swerving into the box, punched, and re-caught by Miller. Oh, a little more excitement. Last couple minutes here from both teams, and Allie McNeil trying to catch her breath. That was incredible ability down the sideline there. McNeil to keep it in bounds and then lay it off to McLennan, who then dropped it for Leach, and Leach almost swung one in. Leach a couple good opportunities on that little impasse there. Now Fambro with it. Out to Hull. That's the side of the field Tigers, I think, would love to attack with a little bit more of that Harrington side. And now a chip up and a chance here for Skyline. Shot is blocked nicely, tracking back. That time defensively for the Tigers, I believe, was Emma Osborne. And the last 2.5 minutes have had some real sizzle to it. And yet we still show nothing. Tigers getting a little bit sloppy back there after that throw-in. Neal with it, trying to send it up, and that one just miscued by Allie. Checked up for Harrington, who tried to get it to McNeil, and Allie tripped up by the turf monster. And a foul coming about 45 yards from goal. Fambro tried to step up and get it. She whiffed it instead, kind of tripped up the attacking player. No card given though. Minute 44 remaining. See if either team has a good chance left in them. As it feels like this one heading towards overtime. Ball in. Bouncer. Hatch had to play it off the bounce, and oh man, that's nervy, especially with two white jerseys bearing down on you. Now Hatch will punt one. And an injured Falcon standing in the 6-yard box here for Erie, and the referee gonna stop play. They're gonna stop play, see if they stop the clock, and they do. While we have a moment, we'll step aside real quick for a timeout here on the Erie Tigers.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
As we resume play, the injured player come off here for Skyline. 50 seconds left here in the second half. Tigers have been searching for a score. Shot blocked, and now we'll have a corner, and Tigers trying to go quickly to set one up here as time dwindling down. Feels like this one destined for overtime. Of course, I guess it wouldn't surprise me if there were a really late goal in this one. Ball sent in, punched away, kicked high into the night. Harrington tried to volley it, and this one out of bounds, and Coach Vigil playing shortstop here, shovels it off. Quick throwing into the box. Hayes trying to get to it. Hayes with it, top of the box. And that should do it. Overtime, heading our way. We'll take a break here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Chiropractors don't treat your symptoms. We treat the cause of your symptoms. On your first visit, we'll review your medical history and examine your vital signs, posture, strength, and reflexes. We'll also perform tests which are designed to give us insight into what may be causing your problem. The doctors at Great Day Chiropractic don't just treat adults. We also treat children of all ages.
We're located in historic Old Town Erie at 515 Briggs Street. We're open 5 days a week from Monday through Friday and the second and fourth Saturdays of each month.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Hi, I'm Maya Michelson, and you're watching Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Open up a browser and look up youtube.com/Erie Tiger Network. To subscribe, sign into YouTube and press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about ETN posts. To like the video, click the thumbs up button on the right hand side of the screen. Use the bar on the bottom of the screen to move and skip parts in the video. To skip forward or backwards, use the arrow keys to move 5 seconds. You can pause the video at any time by pressing the spacebar or clicking with the mouse.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. If you haven't had enough soccer here tonight, it's time for overtime. 10 minutes on the board. Golden goal, this situation. First team to score will end it. If we have to, we'll switch sides after 10 minutes, do one more overtime, and if it still is tied, we will end the game in a 0-0 tie. Hopefully a goal coming soon. McNeil with it, weaving through defenders. Good moves there for Allie McNeil. Tigers a dangerous team off the kickoff with the play of McNeil. Nice layoff there for McLennan. Kept near the box. And Tallman will keep it in here with Harrington. Good 1-2 there between Harrington and McNeil, and then Harrington had a defender step in her way, and well, if this was basketball, you might have called Harrington with a charge there. But no foul here in soccer, as that one is chipped out. Tigers come out, look like they have some purpose to their play here. Tallman in toward the middle, now Hayes with it. Drops off for Leach, big left foot, but missed it. McLennan, it falls to her, sneaks it in. Riley McLennan scores in overtime, and the Tigers, after 80 minutes of scoreless soccer, scores a minute and 9 seconds into this one. You see them celebrate there. Couldn't quite catch the replay, but of course you can watch that, run that back there on YouTube. So the Tigers celebrate the 1-0 overtime victory. It didn't take long. A little bit of a miscue, and Riley McLennan makes him pay. And for Riley, that is her first goal of the year to go along with 4 assists. And it's a good one, a game winner in overtime. That's going to do it for us here on the Erie Tiger Network. For Grayson Blaylock, I'm Brandon Bird. Don't forget to join us tomorrow for lacrosse as they take on Ralston Valley. For Grayson, I'm Brandon. Until next time, I'll chirp at you later.